The armed forces of Ukraine are planning to deploy another 30 troops to Donbass by the end of the week. By the end of this week, the total number of military personnel of the armed forces of Ukraine in Donbas may reach 150 people. At the moment, it is known that a Ukrainian army of 120,000 people is stationed in the Donbas, which is 5 times the number of forces of the self-proclaimed republics combined. The sharp increase in the presence of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Donbas is associated with the intentions of Kiev to quickly go on the offensive and attack the most vulnerable areas of the DPR, which, by the way, is also evidenced by the last powerful attack of the armed forces of Ukraine on Donetsk. At the moment, according to Western resources, a Ukrainian army of 120,000 people is stationed in the Donbas. Nevertheless, according to Western analysts, due to the rather long front line, it is necessary to increase the presence of Ukrainian troops in certain areas, and, apparently, we are talking about the deployment of additional forces of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Donetsk region. At the moment, the armed forces of Ukraine do not dare to go on the attack, since the Russian side quite seriously warned Kiev about the consequences of violating the Minsk agreements. Russia reserves the right to send its troops to the Donbas to protect Russian citizens, and the significant Russian forces deployed near the borders of Ukraine, including on the territory of neighboring Belarus, point to the fact that Russia is ready to immediately respond to any attack on the DNR and LNR.